Hey guys, Ponce here on the Public Tester. I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about some potential item changes which may happen. Notice I said potential because, of course, it's Public Test Realm, so who knows if this stuff actually goes live or not, but Public Test Realm, place for testing. First off, we have Banshees Veil going alphabetically. So Banshees Veil has kind of an interesting history. How it used to work is every 20, or if you didn't get hit, every 25 seconds, the shield would refresh. Now it's gone up to every 40 seconds, so basically you have to not get hit by champions for 40 seconds, then Banshees Veil, the shield part will come back. So this, yeah, like I said, this item's had kind of an interesting history in that they sort of keep changing a lot about it. Of course, it didn't used to build out of Spectre's Cowl, because Spectre's Cowl didn't exist at one point. The stats were quite different, and it used to go on a system where it was like you just had to basically the shield would refresh on its own every 45 seconds or something like that, and they kept changing the time on that as well. So with the current incarnation of the item, it's 40 seconds of not being hit by an enemy champion. So yeah, we'll see if that goes live. I've been seeing a lot of people building Banshees Veil lately. Maybe it's just because of the meta or whatever you want to call it, the kinds of champions people are building or playing. It tends to be pretty good against like big poke damage kind of things. I don't play a lot of champions that maximize Banshee's Veil. I typically go for more sort of tanky champions that build Spirit Visage, but that's just me. So my experience with Banshee's Veil is somewhat limited. Next, we're going to Chalice of Harmony. Attempting to reconnect. What are you doing? Don't do that. So Chalice of Harmony. So that's been slightly nerfed. It used to give 25 magic resist. That's been lowered to 20 magic resist. I'm not... Hold on. This thing is messing up. Anyway, I don't really see a problem with that nerf. I mean, basically everyone still builds Chalice of Harmony all the time. It's just a very solid item, and mid laners it's kind of a go-to item. But I don't know. We'll see if that's warranted or not. We'll see how that pans out, if you will. Next, we have a Deathfire Grasp nerf. So again, an item I don't have a lot of experience with because I don't play mid laners really. But basically, the cooldown aspect, or I mean the active, that's been the cooldown for that has been increased to 90 seconds from 60 seconds. So I mean, it's not the biggest nerf ever. I mean, you don't typically jump from fight to fight every minute, so I mean, the instances where this is going to affect you or not, as massive as, say, just a flat AP nerf or something. But, it's still 30 seconds, so it's something to think about. Next we have Frost Fang, and of course the item it builds into, Frost Queen's Claim. So the GP10 has been cut in half. I guess Riot felt it was giving too much money or something, because certainly the poke aspect of it gives you quite a bit of money. The spell thief, or it's not spell thief, the tribute passive. So yeah, GP5 been cut in half. It's pretty big. We'll see how that pans out. I'll be honest, I haven't played a lot of supports lately, so the feel of this nerf isn't really sinking in with me, so I don't have a lot to say about that. Next we have Nomads, Medallion, and Talisman of Ascension. So let's just go right to those. Nomads Medallion. So basically what's happened with that is the MP5 has been cut slightly. As you can see, it's gone from 7 to 5. But it now gives 10 movement speed. So it gives movement speed. That's kind of neat. There's not a lot of items in the game that give movement speed. And I guess on a tanky sort of support where you want to get in fast and sort of do your work. That's not a terrible change, I suppose. And of course, the item that it builds into has also been affected accordingly. Talisman of Ascension. So yeah, the MP5 has been cut on that as well, or the HP5 has been increased on that. But the CDR has been lowered from 20 to 10. However, it gains a movement speed buff. Much like its lesser cousin, the Nomads Medallion. So 20 movement speed, that's actually quite a bit. So we'll see how that one goes. Lastly, we have Rylai's Crystal Scepter. So what they did here is they went from 500 health down to 400 health. However, it gives 20 extra AP. Now, it's kind of an interesting change in that Rylai's Crystal Scepter is always a very hard item to build. It's very niche, and there's very specific scenarios where you build it, and, it doesn't... It's not sort of... You don't see it every game, like, unlike a Death Cap or something. I don't know if that'll change with this change, but one of the things that always made Rylai's hard to make is that it just didn't give very much AP. 20 extra, that's a nice start. Of course, it gives less HP, but, it's moving away from that tanky AP sort of niche kind of thing. So it's interesting. Maybe people start building Rylai's a bit more, but probably not. But I think it's a nice change regardless. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.